Wait, are we recording?
Yes, Jess, we're recording.
Well, welcome to
Two Girls, No Plan.
Where nothing is scripted
And it's all our honest opinions.
with a few chaotic moments.
So tune in
Buckle up.
and grab a glass of your favourite drink,
Unless
unless you're driving.
I want to
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode.
of Off Campus.
Ooh, if you guys have seen the TV show, that's what we're talking about today.
Yes, and a few people did mention that they wanted us to talk about Off Campus too.
Mm-hmm.
On our last video, they noted that we were talking about Off Campus and they wanted to hear our opinions. So that's going to be our opinion today.
It's become such a big thing, and if a lot of people, which I'm sure most people know, is actually it comes off a book series actually, and then they've developed it into a TV show. So
Yeah.
a lot of people had a lot of opinions about this show.
I kind of low-key wish I did read the books first before watching it.
Yeah,
But I didn't know the backstory. Shani was like, well, at her house, and she's like, oh, I've been wanting to watch this. And I'm like, let's just watch it now. And then now that I've watched it all, I'm like, kind of wish that I read the book
Yeah.
series first. But that's okay.
yeah. But I'm so glad we started watching it, and it got to the point where we literally managed to watch like 5-6 episodes in one night.
Yeah.
We were
We
really
were dedicated.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched like 4 with my other friend Haley yesterday as well. So
there you go.
I was like, yes, let's get this going.
But first off, we'll talk about our weeks. How was your week this week, my dear?
My week this week was better than last week, I started the week a little bit stressed and a little bit emotional, but
Yeah.
everyone taught me that it's going to be okay. I was stressing out about my test results, and because the doctor called me in a week earlier than the appointment, so I just started to overthink things, but I've come good, and mentally I'm okay now.
But at the start, you
surprisingly,
were
but at the
stressed.
start I was very
And
stressed.
even I said to Jess, if it was really that bad, they would have made you come in like same day,
and
next
that's,
day.
yeah, and that's what a lot of people were reassuring me with, so I haven't overthought it anymore.
And sometimes we've had to reschedule things at my work, and it can be just literally because maybe the doctor needs a day off or something, or they've got something planned, or no offense, I know some people that have literally, not necessarily doctors, but I know some people that have had to cancel on other people just because they wanted to have like an annual leave day and things like that.
Fair
So
enough. Well, if
hopefully that's not the case.
Hopefully that's the case. And then other than that, I started exercising a little bit more again. So I've started on the bike for like 10 minutes a day. I was consistent. I didn't do it last night though. So that's a good sign, but I'm also sleeping in most of the day, so I don't know if I am improving or not. I feel like I am. Like, I feel more happier and more like me, but yeah, it's still not
hard.
100% either.
Yeah.
What about you?
My week was just a really hectic week. I was just working all this week, and I'm just so exhausted. Like Jess knows, I literally texted her this morning. I'm like, I feel exhausted. Like I was gonna go home and have a nap before we recorded, but I was like, oh no. And then I was like, should I get something to eat? And Jess was like, yeah, go get something to eat first. And I was like, okay. And then I had something to eat, and now I'm feeling a lot better. But my goodness, I struggled at work this morning. I was so tired.
Yeah, because she's picked up a lot of shifts in the last few
I
weeks.
need money. I ended up having to take Wednesday off, which was really frustrating because I missed out on a bit of pay from that because it was a pickup shift rather than a regular shift, which is so annoying. But I gave them a medical certificate, so fingers crossed I get the money for it. But
Yes.
can't always,
Fingers crossed. A lot of people have been sick this week as well.
Yeah.
Definitely in my household.
I was going to say a few of her roommates are sick because I caught up with one of them the other day and we were catching up on some Supernatural, which was really nice.
Yeah. It's nice Supernatural.
But yeah, back to Off Campus. My goodness, that show. As a single girl, and I'm sure a lot. Do you know what I say? Even as the girls with partners, it is a bloody good show.
Alicia, which is my brother's fiance, she was the one that was like, "Yes, oh my god, tell me about Off Campus. It's so good." And she's in a very loving, committed relationship
of like 8 years or something.
Yeah, well, they were traveling to Australia at the moment, and they literally had a projector set up in the outback, and they've caught up with other people, and they're all watching Off Campus with their partners.
Yeah,
I thought that was like really cute, and
that's so nice,
adorable.
And then like she's like, all the girls like, and the boys are like,
it's like, what? No, Jared said he liked it, so there you go.
Right, shout out, Jared.
I think we're gonna start off with rating the characters.
Yes.
I think.
Are we rating them out of 10?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think rating the characters out of 10.
Yep.
Just like an overall
rating.
rating that we believe.
Yeah. And we'll probably go from main characters to side characters, I would be saying, or background characters.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Do we have it in the same order?
I can go off my order if we want.
Yeah, let's go off your order because I think mine's not from main characters. Mine's
Nice.
just all over the place.
First character, obviously the main girl,
Hannah
Hannah.
Wells.
Yes, Wellesley.
Wellsy.
Yes.
I think overall character, I'm gonna say 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she gives me a nice 8 out of 10 for sure.
Yeah,
I do think there was a couple cringe moments with her.
yeah.
A few, like nothing too major. And I don't know if it's me, but whenever someone's like on stage and like singing and then like all their friends like, yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I do admit that singing kind of cringes me out a little
Little bit.
bit, but at the same time, I also do like her singing. And
Yes.
she sang a lot of the songs for off campus and
Yep.
it's online and stuff now.
Yeah.
So,
But can I just say also, the wardrobe did such a great job with her, except for the person that picked her bike helmet, because I'm like, what the
oh
heck
my
was
god,
that bike
that
helmet?
scene! I was like trying to keep it serious, but because that scene
she's
is
crying
quite
yeah.
a hard one to watch, but the helmet just
Caught me off.
and
And I'm gonna be such a B word for saying this. Her crying was not like, I felt like it was not the best pretty crying. Not that we want pretty crying. It was definitely a bit of some gut wrenching.
But then I guess that makes it a little bit more real because not
Realistic.
everyone looks pretty when they're crying.
Yeah.
I know I don't look
I
pretty
feel like
when
I
I'm
definitely
crying.
don't look pretty now while I'm crying, and I've watched that and I've gone, I need to become a better crier, like a prettier crier. Like Garrett.
See, Garrett's. I know Hannah and Garrett are like the main characters, but it didn't feel like it for me this season, and I didn't really feel any pull to Garrett.
Yeah.
Like I like the yeah, some of the topics brought up through him, I believe, is a good representation of what
Yeah.
not to be in South, but I'd say a 7.
I'm actually gonna say I'm gonna say an 8.5 for him actually, because he was very, when Hannah explained what happened to her, obviously
Actually,
I won't go
yeah.
into detail, he was very, very respectful. And like the fact that he went to his best friend, Dean, obviously, to be like, you know, what should I do? And obviously that's one thing I love about Dean, because he's like, respect, man. Like respect is a like big thing. And what was it? And consent.
And consent, yeah, that I
And
know to that.
that
Consent.
so I'm gonna give him like 8.5, even possibly 9. I think the thing that annoys me is the fact that like he took it upon himself in that hockey scene to, you know, beat the living daylights out of someone.
Yeah.
And mind you, I get it in one sense, because I feel like if someone did that close to me, I'd probably want to do the exact same thing. But you could see in her eyes she didn't want him to do it.
Yeah. I think I'm going to change my thing. I'll say an 8 instead because of those reasons more so.
Yeah. Then we got Dean.
Dean, he's such a sweetheart, Dean. Like he's like obviously your typical F boy, but he's not.
He's also a sweetie.
He's just a sweetie as well. Like he's sweetheart.
Have you seen him and like it's so funny because his character and Ali's character, they're like the opposite on when they're not in the show. So like, you know, Dean's very outgoing and Ali's a bit more reserved. In the outside, the Ali's actor is very out there and Dean's character's actor is more reserved. It's actually really funny. It's like they've switched. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dean 8 point. Oh no, I'm just gonna say 8. An 8.
I might be a bit biased, but I'm gonna say 10.
Yeah, that's fair. Like
everyone knows why I'm saying
I'm in a relationship, but I might say 10 if I wasn't.
So what was your number?
I'd say 8.
8. Okay, and I'm saying 10. And I think a lot of people know he is one of my favorite characters, but there is one character on this list that is my absolute favorite, and we'll get to that.
Ooh,
Ali.
She's my favorite character.
Yes, man.
She was. I feel like she's the star of the season, honestly. And I know we're going more into the next season with them too, Dean and Ali, but. Hannah and Garrett kind of just slid to the side for me with Ali. Yeah. Ali has to be a 9. Especially her J-Lo scene.
Yeah, that was like, and the fact that she's like, "Oh my god, this is my song!" I was like, "Yes, girl, like get it, be your moment." Scene, that was her moment.
Yeah, that scene just made me smile so much, and I've rewatched it so many times. Even just the boys making it her moment is like, to me. So
and I think what gets me is the fact that I think pretty sure she's J-Lo in his phone and he's Maverick in her.
Maverick. So cute.
Um,
Bless.
yeah, so she's gonna be. So you said what was you?
9.
I'm gonna say 9.5. Yeah, she's my favorite character. There is one thing that I think gets me, but I think we've all been through one of those things. It's obviously with her and Sean. I think, you know, because she told him that she did not want to get back together, and this was for sure. And then he kind of got really angry at her for getting with someone. But I don't know. I think that's not her issue. It's more of a Sean issue. But I think that's why it's a point
More
five
of a Sean.
deducted. Because otherwise, I would have given her a 10, to be honest.
That's fair.
John Tucker.
John Tucker.
Honestly, you are like him.
Yeah, I believe if we had to choose the characters, I would be like Tucker. We're gonna do actually a little quiz later to determine what characters we are. But
He's such a sweetie.
he's such a sweetie, but we also don't really see so much of him either. Like I love that he made the J-Lo scene possible with putting her song on. So he was the actual one that put it in the phone,
and he did Friendsgiving,
and the Friendsgiving and the cooking and all that. I would say 7.5. Just because I want to see more of him.
Yeah, I think it's also because he's a pledge too as well, because they got him to carry around that fruit all the time. And then each time he's like, oh, where's my fruit? And he's like holding them. He's like, don't get this out of your sight, this banana. And he comes back and like they're eating the banana. And he's like, dude, I'll give him. I think he's a very comedic character, and also his actor is in The Pit that I watch as well. Love The Pit. I would probably give Tucker. I'll give him an 8.
An 8.
So I think we're both, yeah. So you said 7.5, didn't you?
Yeah, I said 7.
But I agree with Jess. Like I would love to see him a little bit more. And I
Yeah.
think this next John we want to see a little bit more too as
Oh,
well,
yes.
which we have John Logan.
John Logan. See, I don't like his first name. I just like calling him Logan.
And
I have
John
a
is
pass of a
sorry,
John.
John's out there. We hate your name.
I hate John. I just hate the name John. So
and that's
I like just calling him Logan. And he was my favorite character at the very start. I was like, I am a Logan girl, but it changed to Dean along the way.
Yeah.
But I want to see more of Logan, but he's also the sort of guy that he's been interested in Hannah, but hasn't done anything about it until someone else
wanted her.
Yeah. And I'm not really a fan of those sort of people as well.
Yeah.
But he is also one of my favorites and I want to see him more. So I'd say 8.
8. I'm going to say an 8.5, or actually I'm going to say 9. Do you know why? Because when Garrett was trying to find a drink for Hannah and he went up to him, he was just like, close cans. That's always best. And it's like, he didn't even know about the situation, but it's just like he could grasp on the fact that like, you know, and he still helped his friend, even though he had feelings for Hannah, and he was still willing to say, right, like, closed can's best. This is a good option, because obviously, as a lot of us girls know, sometimes taking an open drink or an open can, especially for Hannah's situation, it's nerve-wracking. Like, you don't want to, and it can happen. It can happen in cans, it can happen in bottles, it can happen in solo cups, it can happen in anything. It can even, God forbid you have, which is why we probably don't have plastic bottles for alcohol most of the time. You still can, but not often. They can, you know, syringe in things. So I give him a 9 for that, honestly.
Good job. I love your reasonings. Oh God.
All right, next character, Justin. Represent Australian actors, so yay.
Yay for that. Yay for that he's Australian.
Nay for his character.
Yeah, I don't really like his character. And
do you know why I don't like it? For the fact that he performed the song without talking to Hannah about it.
Yeah, he did a few things that, but I also do like the fact that he told Hannah that the reason why she doesn't feel the song is it's because it's not her lyrics, and which is true. I'm gonna say 6.5 because he's Australian.
We're both, okay. I'm saying 6.
Yeah.
Because
but I also still want to see more of a character development from him too, though.
I think obviously we know the deal was for them between Hannah and Garrett was so Hannah could obviously end up with Justin. So that was a thing, and Hannah was trying to get with him. Yeah. But I think the thing that annoys me is Justin knew she was in a relationship with Garrett and still kept trying that. But I know Hannah played a part in that too, which obviously it was the whole point. That's why they were doing it. I think that gets me, is he was happy to be the side piece.
Yeah, as well as the fact that, another man's interested in her, so now I'm interested in her. So another one of those men as well.
Yep.
Next one.
Phil. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't like Phil.
Nope.
Phil is horrible,
Mm-hmm.
especially because of DV.
And he's so fake as well. So
Yes.
yeah, so we won't go into, because obviously we're on TikTok, but if you have experienced DV or anything like that, or it is a trigger warning, we are talking about it a little bit. So please jump out of TikTok if you can't handle that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
trigger warning.
he's gonna have to be a 0.
I was gonna be generous and give him a 1.
Why
I
would
think,
you give him even a 1
I
though? Like
think because
what good traits did he have?
he tried with his friends. And I know that's
Okay.
fake because I dealt with it all too well. So I know that they do that. They'll do things behind the scenes and then they'll be in person and they'll act all beautiful and all nice and all this. But definitely it's probably even -1 because you are right. It should be, I'll say -1. So at least I feel like I'm saying a number rather than 0. But
Yeah.
-1 because just the way, his upbringing and the way that he has tried to gaslit Garrett into being like, nothing even happened. What do you want about? You had a childhood.
Yeah.
I made you something that you wanted to be. All he
Yeah.
was doing was making Garrett into another Phil.
Yeah,
That's all he was
literally.
doing.
He was just turning himself into Phil.
Yep.
Yeah. Bo. Bo is a sweetheart. I loved Ali, Dean, and Bo's scene in the car.
Favorite.
It was so nice and sweet.
Yeah.
But we still didn't see him that
No,
much.
he'll be a lot
though.
more in next season.
So I'm looking forward to next season then if he is in it more.
Yep.
Only based on because I rarely see him much, I'd still have to put him around the 8.
He gets an 11.
You
If
can
you
tell who's single and who's not.
You can tell who's my favorite character. So out of the whole series, he's my favorite. He's been my favorite
Cute.
from the start. Even when we first started the episode, I said, Jess, Bo's my favorite character. And she's like, who the
Bo.
fuck is Bo? And I'm like, you'll find out.
Yeah, I didn't know who Bo was until I watched it the second time, honestly, because I didn't pick
He
up
was
his
such
name.
a side background
was very
character.
side.
But he'll be a lot more main because he's Dean's best friend. So
Yeah,
what
literally.
Jules?
Ah.
She was up in people's business.
Yeah.
Obviously she had to post on the, their social media site.
Like, I don't know why she's a character, like why she has to be there. But I also do like her and John's what's it called, sibling relationship.
But
so
also, who did the casting?
yeah,
Because they don't look like.
yeah, they don't look alike. You don't reckon?
No.
The complete opposite.
Nope.
Okay. But I'm gonna say a 5 for Jules.
Okay. I'm gonna give her helped out in some things, especially when Hannah needed the recordings and things like that. But she also wasn't in the books either. So I'm gonna give her a 7.
Okay.
Okay.
I rate quite low, don't I?
She does. But I'm about to in the next one. Sean.
Yeah. Sean. He. Yeah.
Do you know what annoys
he's not
me?
a very supportive boyfriend.
Nah.
Very, I feel like narcissistic in
The
a
fact
way.
that Hannah, not Hannah, Ali literally said, no, this is definitely going to be our final breakup. And I get that. He's been, back and forth. That's the part that I think Ali got me with Ali is she kept being back and forth.
Yeah.
But she told him straight up. And then he got annoyed at her for sleeping with someone else, which by the way, he doesn't even know if she actually did because she was just dressed up really pretty,
nice.
very lingerie, sexy.
Yeah.
Like she could have been doing anything and yet he jumped to conclusions and made her feel like an SLUT. Like, are you kidding me right now? No.
Yeah.
No.
I guess because she was holding a jacket, jeans jacket though.
Oh, that's right. True as well.
Sold it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 5.
He gets a 4 from me.
Nice. I'll say 5.
The Coach Jensen.
Coach Jensen. I like that he's not the typical locker coach.
Overbearing one. Yeah.
Overbearing. He actually listens to and sits down and talks to his what's it called? To coach the teammates.
Yeah,
teammates.
Coaches his team. His
Yeah.
players. His players, yeah.
So yeah, I'd say a 7.
I'm gonna say a 6 because he was very hard on Garrett in some scenes, and I get that, but also I think as a coach, he needs to remember that his players have things happening behind the scenes,
Mm,
not on the field, not in the locker room. There is things happening outside of that. And he could obviously see things were happening with Garrett. And I wish he kind of put a bit more input into that
okay.
and, you know, kind of set a few people straight. But obviously, coaches aren't going to know everything if you're not going to speak up. But I think you needed a lot of things, you know, for me as someone that works in healthcare, you need to look at body language, you need to look at, you know, facial expressions, you need to look at if he's losing his, you know, shit. I don't know whether or not I can swear because we're on doing TikTok live at the moment, but you know, is it doing it for a reason? Because I know some people will lash out when they're upset, got something happening behind the scenes. So yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
David, which is Hannah's music teacher, I guess you
Yep,
could say,
yep,
composer, whatever.
yep.
Um, I I didn't like that episode too much, specifically because I was like, Hannah, just go and see your man, like message your man back. But I also
Get your man,
understand
girl. Get your man. Know
get
your
your
worth.
man. But I also understand that like she needed to have that moment as well
Yeah,
to help her music career as well. And he was so caring and lovely and wanted to listen and talk to her. And I
yeah.
think we need more teachers like
We
that.
do 100%.
There are a lot of teachers out there like that, but I feel like we need more that are like that.
Yeah,
I'd say an 8.5.
yeah. I would give him. I'll say 7.5. Like Jess was been saying earlier, like obviously they weren't. He wasn't ridiculously in it, but I think that the way that he, you know, told Hannah to follow her dreams and things like that, and do what she wants to do. Excuse me, but I think at the start I didn't know if I was going to like his character because obviously he's the one that told Hannah that she doesn't have a scholarship anymore and the money. But I think throughout the episodes, the way that he was really trying to get her to be her best self, I think that's what I
Yeah.
liked, and I think yeah, he wasn't like a super like he was definitely played a part in Hannah's, you know, character, but he wasn't like a really important character in my eyes either.
Yeah.
So I think I'm happy with a 7.5.
Okay, Hunter. Okay, the bar scene was very awkward, I must admit. I
I
would say
loved it.
you loved
Because
it.
when he pulled
Oh,
that chair over to him, I was like,
oh, really? I didn't really like the bar.
I
I found it really awkward and cringe.
I loved it. At the start it was cringe, but then he was like, and I was like, yes, pull the chair over
um,
to me. Yes, bring me to you. And he's like,
obviously, we
oh,
don't know what Dean and his beef is, so we don't know what he has done in his past,
something to do with
supposedly
Dean's
to
sis.
do with his Dean sister.
Yeah.
So I don't want to comment too much on him until I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna at this stage I'm rating him at 6.5.
For his looks, I'll give him a 9. For his character, I'd give him like a 6. So I'm gonna go between. I'm gonna say a 7.5.
Okay.
Hannah's parents.
I love Hannah's parents,
Greg and
especially her
Carrie.
mom,
Oh.
Carrie. That scene was so beautiful. But they're such supportive parents, especially all the stuff that they had to go through,
Losing their jobs just
unfortunately,
because of that.
just because she was speaking her truth. I'm gonna rate them a 10.
Yeah.
Hands down. Supportive parents.
Yeah.
10.
I'll say, look, they went ridiculously in the show, so I'll say an
Yeah.
8.5.
10
But
for that one scene.
but
2
that scene
scenes.
though, where she's like, I'm so sorry, and then her mum just goes, oh Hannah. I was like, oh, bless
Yeah.
your heart.
So beautiful.
From the start, she was only in I think like 2 or 3 episodes. Kendall.
Kendall. Kendall's the girl that you hope that will get with the F boy, but she never ends up with the F boy because F boy finally finds someone else
Yes.
and actually ends up wanting to date them.
I think
And I feel like we've all been in Kendall before.
yeah, and I think I mentioned to Jess, I was like, it's a bit heartbreaking that she put her feelings out. And obviously I know it was a whole situation, but the fact that she put her feelings out to Garrett and then Garrett was like, I don't date, and then like 2 episodes later, I'm in a
I'm in a
relationship.
relationship with Hannah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like because she is relatable in the sense that
That can happen.
that probably has happened to a lot of people,
Yeah.
as females. But I still don't really. But I don't think she's been a bitch either to Hannah.
I
I think
think
she's been
in that
quite nice.
acting scene she was really trying to get back with Carrot. So I feel like
Yeah,
a little bit of
true,
it was
maybe.
bitchy because she knew that they were in a relationship. Technically, it's still at this point. So I'm gonna give her, and also give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give her a 7.5.
Yeah, I'd say the 7.5 too.
There we go.
We agreed on one.
And then the last one, I think we're both gonna agree on. Delaney.
Gross. Obviously he hasn't been in the show that much, and thank God for that.
Also, he's ugly. Sorry to the actor.
He is. And
Personality and looks, you know.
everything. So obviously I'm rating him a 0.
I'll say negative 100, please.
Negative 100.
And I think Jess agrees with me that. So we're gonna say negative 100 for
we
both
don't
of us.
tolerate that shit.
No. So yeah.
Well, that's our rating. Let us know
if you would change any of
if
them.
you would change any of the ratings, or let us also know who your favorite character is as well.
Yes.
We'd love to know that.
Because I think, mine's Bo. I've got such a range of them. I love all of them. I love Bo. I love Dean. I love Logan. They're my favorite 3, but I think Bo is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, mine would be probably Ali.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's my favorite
Dean,
girl character for sure.
Ali, Dean, and Logan.
Yeah,
my
I think
top.
my favorite male character would be Bo. My favorite female would definitely be Ali for sure. Okie dokie. And if you guys have a favorite character, or if there's any characters in here that you think we missed anything, let us know down below in the comments. But I think now we're going to do a bit of a recap on the episodes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do a recap on the first few episodes.
Yeah.
So episode 1, also known as the book title,
The Deal.
The Deal.
The Deal. And I guess it makes sense with the title and the deal that Hannah and Garrett came up with one another to get her longtime crush Justin.
Yep. Do you know what gets me though? Is in that scene as well. Is he just comes over and he's like, "Hey babe," and he's just like coming over, and she's like, you know,
puts the jacket over his shoulder, over her shoulders, claims her.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he puts his hand in her pocket, doesn't he, or something?
As well, yeah, probably, most likely.
Oh my god, I could be imagining that because, you know, my imagination. But oh my goodness, like he just did not miss a beat. Like he saw that happening and was like, I know what to do.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, they decided to do a pact that Hannah will help him with her assignment, or his assignments, his grades.
Yep.
And in return, Garrett will help her get her Justin.
Yeah.
So,
and especially in that first scene though, when they're in the when they're in the locker room. And
yes,
she's
the shower scene. I love the singing and the dancing, and then she's like, she sees a naked man in the shower, and what does she do? She just stands there and watches. She's just like,
you know,
mesmerized by his ass cheeks.
And then when they're, you know, in the classroom or in the lecture room, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to learn to like not look at, you know, other people's
I love that. That's what I wrote as well.
I was like,
that he said
damn.
That.
And you know, she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't do that well." And he's like, "You got a perfect score, like
you got a perfect score."
And she's just like, "Excuse me," like she wasn't looking at his, you know, ding dong 24 hours earlier.
Yeah.
You know,
the what he said was, "What? Only you get to look at things you shouldn't." He like that.
See, ready? That sizzle.
That sizzle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was mostly what that episode was about.
Yes.
There was a little bit of a split scene where Delaney was introduced a little bit into that, and we see that there's definitely something happened between Delaney and Hannah.
Yeah.
She got quite emotional and upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's literally, I also wrote that they had the cocktail a party or something with Tucker, and he's like, "We need dipples." The sauce. I wrote that down because I was like, Tucker in that scene. I think it was just like a party scene or something. But he's bringing out all these like cocktails and these dip sauce and stuff, and it just reminds me so much of me when I like make parties and stuff. Like that's me. I'm like, I don't care about the alcohol or anything. It's the food for me, and presentation.
And you know what though? Jess is so funny because if we, God forbid, we bring something and we're not meant to, because she brought up this thing well, maybe last year or something, or a few months ago, where we went to a house that she was looking after, and she told us like not to bring anything. I didn't, but the people I was bringing, the 3 boys I brought to the party, all brought KFC. And she was like, "I've been cooking for hours," you know.
This is a common thing in my friendship group. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
not that bad. I've done it maybe once or twice.
You're the one picking them up, so you're the one taking them through the drive-through.
What am I
Jackson
meant to do?
has like Jackson has come so many times with KFC or
McDonald's.
Macca's,
Yep.
and a massive drink. You two,
I've come with a massive drink.
I
Sometimes I
think
need a
you
drink.
are the culprit to it.
No, they asked me, they're like, "Can I?" And I'm like, "Well, there's gonna be food there." "Oh yeah, but I'm hungry now." And I'm like, "What am I meant to do? Let them starve to death
I
in the car?"
literally always say I'm gonna have heaps of food, and that particular night I was even more pissed off because I spent so much time in the kitchen. I made muffins. I even made reindeer like antlers.
She did like
and
Christmas
a
theme.
Christmas theme. It was meant to be a Christmas night, turned into one of the worst nights of our life.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of shit happened that night. But yeah.
Yeah. But yes, that's why she's like Tucker, because you know, food's always.
I like serving people and having food out on display for people.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. So episode 2.
Oh, can I jump to something straight away?
Yeah.
Episode 2, just when she was proving a point and then she fucking kissed Logan.
Yes, that was one
She's
of the
like,
big things
"See?
I said.
Look at me." And he's like, "Oh."
And then and she's like, "Am I blushing now?" And then walks off. The title for this is called The Practice as well.
Yes.
Hence why the practice with the kissing and that sort of thing happening as well.
Yep.
But yeah, so Hannah and Garrett start to study with one another, and that's
Start to form the like little
friendship bond or relationship bond or
and
whatever
put
you
the
want to call
stones
it.
into place. That's what it is. Put the rocks into place.
Put the
and
rocks
things.
into place.
Yeah.
And then he comes up with her nickname Wellesley.
Yes. And she's like, "Hannah." It's like, "No, Wellesley."
Was that because he didn't know her name for a little bit and that's why he called her Wellesley? Or
I think, well, yeah, because that's the thing, because he just was. Oh, I'm not even sure, because I remember
because I couldn't
Logan
find
corrected him. He said, "No, it's Hannah."
It's Hannah, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, how do you know that?" And things like that.
Because Logan has definitely a crush on Hannah.
And also, they worked on her blue.
Yes.
And that made me so happy because I'm like, I had a Subaru too. That was my first make of my car, and a little old one too as well. I had a '96 Subaru, and I was like, ah.
Yes,
so
I thought of Shani when they said the Blueberry.
Blue.
Then we also see a little snippet into Ali and Sean's sex life. Very vanilla. Sean's very vanilla, and Ali wants to spice things up, and this obviously ultimately starts their bickering and stuff
And
as
starts
well.
to form cracks in their relationship.
Yeah, cracks into their relationship.
And you could already see there was cracks to begin with. And I think what does my head in a little bit is Sean wasn't open to Ali's suggestions. And he was like, "Oh, let's just keep it same, missionary, and things like that." And she was really like, "Oh, yeah, but come on, we could try this and this." And he's like, "Why? Why change it?" And
Why
it's like,
change it? Yeah.
if your girlfriend's telling you, like, hey, she's not 100% happy, wouldn't you do everything in your power to do it? Obviously, you're not going to have to try, you know, you're not going to go out and buy a sex swing, but, you know.
But if she wants to spice it up a little, like,
You know.
spice it up a little.
And I'm not talking about candles in the bedroom. Like, I'm talking, you know, maybe pouring candles on each other, you know.
Damn, girl.
But I'm sure she wanted that.
What did you think about the drink bottle scene when she was trying to get Justin's attention in class and she accidentally ends up knocking the drink bottle and it goes all the way downstairs?
Is that the loud one? Do you know, it made me think of her because she always drops a drink bottle.
Yes, like, that's what I said too. It reminds me of me.
And she makes it, your drink bottle is so loud.
Oh,
one of those your metal drink bottles, and she had a different one when we went to Europe. But my God, she would drop it in the most inconvenient time, and I'm like, Jessica!
It's the most awkward thing. I dropped it when I went and got my blood test done as well, and it was so loud and so awkward.
And also the fact that, like, he bought her a coffee too, and he's just like, you know, you need to drink the coffee. She's like, I'm like lactose intolerant, and he's like, so what? Take a sip, you know, like act like you're drinking it, act thankful, you know.
I was hoping the kiss in between Hannah and Logan was a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more chemistry because obviously Logan has a
Mm.
crush on her, and I
Yep.
thought there'd just be a little bit more of a moment there between them to like
Yep.
see that. There wasn't. It was the most awkward
I
kiss,
know.
but it was still funny though when
It
she
was,
walked
and
up
I
instead of
just
the
Logan's
blushing.
reaction to that was so funny
He
too
just
as
like
well.
looks at
He's
his
like, "Did
friend.
that
It's
just
like,
actually
what
happen?"
did that happen?
Like,
As like whatever anyone else. This is also the episode where we get Hannah in a bunny outfit. Slay, her outfit looked really nice. And we also get Ali's J-Lo moment
and
and Maverick.
Garrett in the vampire costume too as well.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Well,
And
supposedly it wasn't a vampire costume though. It was because she was a bunny and he was a magician. So she's a
oh,
bunny in the hat.
oh,
That's what
I thought it was
everyone
from
was saying.
Legally Blonde.
Because everyone was coming around and saying, "Oh, we thought that Garrett was a vampire, but now we understand that he's not." And
Oh,
I
see,
believe that it's a magician
I thought it
instead.
was from Legally Blonde because in Legally Blonde she's a bunny and I'm pretty sure he's a vampire.
Hmm, maybe I'm wrong. We'll look that up and
I'm
I'll
gonna,
double check. But I
yeah,
feel like it's like a bunny in a magician's hat. That's what my interpretation of it was. And then also, like we mentioned earlier, that's also when we got the Logan with the closed cans are safer comment that he made when Garrett was looking for a drink for Hannah with
yeah.
because she didn't want to drink at a party, which
Oh
is
yeah, it is. It's
fair
a,
enough.
many mistake him for the vampire. Yeah, so yeah, it's just I guess yeah, but you are right. It's meant to be bunny and wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I only got got that the second time around because I actually listened to like everyone
Talking about it.
talking about it. I was
That
like,
makes
oh,
sense.
it makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Do you have any other comments on that episode, Shani?
I was annoyed at Sean because she's like, "Go and get the hat to make the outfit." So it's Ben Affleck,
Yes.
and he's like, "We don't need the hat." She's like, "Yes, you need the hat." Like she's all beautifully dressed, and he's like, "Oh God, people, go get the fucking hat." Like I'm sorry, like your girl wants to be in an outfit.
And I love that Ali sort of like teased Dean
Yeah,
and then basically was dancing with him and they're having their moment, but then pulls away and goes,
no,
nah,
see
and
that's
then walks off.
yeah, see, yeah,
But in a relationship, I'm sorry, if Sean walked in and he saw that and broke up with it, that is so
valid,
understandable
so
and
valid.
so
I actually
valid.
thought in
I
that
would not
scene,
condone
I actually
that.
thought Sean was going to come in during that scene
Yeah,
too
I
as
was
well.
so surprised that he
Yeah,
didn't because I was like, oh my god, girl, this is
but
cheating.
I think
It's a form of cheating.
it is, and I think it was just forming the path that Dean and Ali
Oh, it
are.
will. Yeah, get
Yeah.
it on. All right, episode 3, the O. If you know
Orgasm.
what I mean by that, the O, the big O,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
orgasm.
And we can't even go into too much detail about this one, but
So
yeah.
it starts off actually with Hannah trying to pleasure herself, fantasizing about Justin, but it ends up being Garrett, and
Yep.
that's when she realizes I think that she does have feelings for Garrett in that
Yep.
moment too.
And she kind of has to keep getting it out of her head. She's like, why am I thinking like this? And it's like, girl, the heart wants what the heart wants.
The hot ones, what else? Also, it's the start of like Hannah and Justin starting to put together the song that they want to write together, which is in
Yeah.
itself a really weird song. And Garrett ends up getting jealous that she's going to be going around and seeing him Justin that night. So that's
Yes.
also the stem of Garrett going, oh shit, probably I like this girl
You
as
too.
well.
And that's what also ends up with him going, well, almost doing a casual hookup as well, too, as well.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
that's episode 4 or 3, but I'm kind of a mix between 3 and 4 at the moment, but because I kind of put those 2 episodes together a little bit, but yeah, I think, yeah, that episode was very an interesting episode. That's all I can say.
Yeah. The shower scene between Ali and Sean as well was so like she was so excited about like getting an actor sign up or what's it called? She was signed up for some big actor thing, and she was so excited. She's like, "Oh, my dreams are coming true," and all this stuff. And he just put a
Pin
dent
in
in
it.
it,
He put a pin in it.
and was like, "What do you mean? Like you
Like, I'm
can
gonna
just
join
stay at
my
my
father's,
family's
like, law firm or whatever, or
yeah,
accounting firm or
and you
whatever
don't
it
have to
was.
do that. It's not a real job." And Then when he's like, "Oh, are you done yet? I'm getting cold," and she's just like, "No, I'm not done," and he's like, "Fine," and walks off. I was like, "Good on you for sticking up for yourself, girl," because I'm sorry, she deserves the hot water more than you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're probably gonna get in that water and be like, "Oh, it's too hot." Like,
It's
'cause
too hot.
most men do. But yeah, I don't know. But I think the thing I was also enjoying was they had that the fruit in that episode too as well for Tucker as well. All the fruit stuff happening in that
See, I missed that when I rewatched it. So
There you
yeah,
go.
there we go. That was the episode as well, was
I
it?
still love that. Oh, it's so funny. Oh my
And
goodness.
then it ends with bloody Hannah asking Garrett to give her
An
an O because
orgasm.
um which obviously stems into episode 4, the beginning. So
Yeah.
that's where it cuts off, and then episode 4, the breakup.
Yes, ma'am.
Starts off with basically Hannah telling Garrett straight up the reason why she hasn't had an O is because of
The incident with
disclaimer
Delaney, sorry.
SA.
Yeah.
And she basically told him that and said that she doesn't want any reaction from it. She just wants to tell him to get it
Yeah.
off her chest so
Yeah.
he is aware and so that he can help her out with
So that-
getting an O so that she can
Do
get
it
with
with
Justin. Yeah.
Which mad respect for him too as well, because obviously he went off and was talking to Dean about it too and was like, how can I make this really good for her? And Dean was just like, respect and consent are like your important things. And the
And
fact that he said
trust.
that and trust, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like, I think all of us girls in that moment were like, this is fantastic. Like, this doesn't happen a lot, because especially I think we're all taken aback because obviously Dean was also known as an F boy a lot of the time. So we were all like, oh, make sure you like woo her and things like that. He's like, no, like make her feel comfortable, build that trust with her. And he was like, yep, no worries. And he literally said to Dean, he's like, obviously I can't go into detail, but like, where I'm coming from for this. And it was
Yeah.
so sweet.
It
I
was
love that
such a
scene. That's my
sweet
favorite, one of my favorite scenes.
interaction, and it was really good. And
Yeah.
it's a good representation. So if there's a male audience out there watching this show as well, it's good for them to see that as well. And
Yeah.
that's how it should be. It shouldn't be this locker boy persona all
Like,
the
oh,
time.
yeah,
Like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hannah did walk in with a beautiful black little dress, and Garrett did listen to Dean's advice.
Yes.
And he immediately asked, "Hey, do you want to get into something a little bit more comfortable?" and handed a t-shirt with her, which I also absolutely loved that scene
Yeah.
as well. So yeah.
I think as well is by the end of that episode too as well, like she was like, oh, actually, like I'm not 100% comfortable. And I was like, the fact that he was like, yep, no, this is fine. And then he gave her the idea of like them, how do I say this appropriately? Them, I guess you could say pleasure. Themselves, but independently in the same room, eye contact. Again, we're trying to be appropriate for the podcast because, don't want to get, what's it called? Blacklisted.
We don't want to get blacklisted.
But yeah, and I think that was such an intimate scene. It was a bit awkward for me when I first watched it. I know that, but I know it was also came from a place of like, hey, I'm helping her build her trust, helping her be comfortable with her body.
Yeah, and it's definitely is a good way to build trust between two people, especially if they're not ready for the full deed. So I did respect that scene a lot. Obviously it would be a bit awkward to watch as well, but it was.
And
I think that was one of the best
scenes,
to
film
like
as well
sexual
for them.
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also. I think that episode is also. I'm trying to think. Oh, that's when we go into. They have that weird what do you call it? The weird theater experience.
I loved that scene. I forgot about that.
So this is when they go into the drink and
line, and they drink every time. And if you miss your line, they do the acting scene. And it was Garrett and Kendall and Hannah and Justin. Did I say all their names? Yeah. So anyway, they were all in that scene and they were drinking, and then Ali looked so pretty.
She did in a blue
And
dress corset thingy.
That had my favorite scene of her walking out. Line. It's not even your line yet. Sue me, I'm thirsty, and takes a shot. And I love that.
It was
I
really
forgot
good.
about that.
And we see the dance off between Garrett to Kid Leroy's song "Girls Just Want to Dance." And the funny thing is,
Girls
Garrett,
just wanna dance.
the actual actor himself in real life, does know how to dance, but the character doesn't know how to dance, so he had to act that he doesn't know how to dance. And if you haven't already watched, go and have a look at Kid Leroy's music video with Garrett.
Yeah,
absolutely obsessed.
Have you noticed a lot of the cast from the
Absolutely
show
obsessed.
has been in, well, not all of them, but Justin was in one of Somba's music videos too as well.
Yeah, because Justin does have his own band and songs
Yeah,
and stuff.
he
I
was
was
in
listening to some last
And
night.
then the girl from Obsession was also in it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that dance is like, I've watched that dance so many times.
That scene, I think Hannah realized when she was, hanging around with Justin, I think she realized she more is into
Yeah, so Justin actually asked her out that episode, and she denied him at the end of it. That's when she went running to go and find Garrett to let him know about her feelings. Wasn't home or didn't pick up, so she's like, oh, he'll be at the skate rink. Goes there and starts singing him this lovely song, Baby Now That I Found You.
Yeah. And also something else to add in is wasn't that, it might be the following episode where Ali ended up calling.
Yes, that's also on that thing as well. Ali's mysterious do not call phone call, because at this stage we don't know who it is. We assume it's her, Sean, because they're broken up, and he's like pretty much, oh, you're gonna call me back, and she's like, don't trust me, I won't. So we're assuming it's Sean, but we find out next episode actually. And if you don't, in 2 episodes we find out.
And if you guys want to know, you have to go to next week's episode. I'm sorry, this is the end of episode 11. 11.
Yeah,
part 1, I should say.
Part 1, episode 11. We could say episode 12.
Yeah,
11, 12, but
no. Episode 11, part 1.
Part 1.
If you want to go check out part 2, you'll have to wait 1 week to next week's episode. Episode 11 for part 2 of Off Campus.
All right, guys, we will see you in the next episode where we go into detail from episode 5 to episode 8.
There you go.
As well as a little quiz.
Easy.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Two Girls, No Plan.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Please like, comment, and share.
We look forward to chatting your ears off on the next episode.
Oh, and please do not forget to hit subscribe.
We need to pay these bills.
We really do.